On death row, the warden gave me a final call. The phone was heavier than it should have been. The warden's eyes told me this was more for him than for me. His last show before the curtain dropped. He slid it across the desk. "Your ex-wife's on the line," he said. "And the governor." "Governor? Husband?" I picked up, the static loud enough to taste. Her voice came first, sharp and quick, like she'd been rehearsing it. "Don't talk to him, he's already dead." Another voice cut in, male, measured. "The execution's tomorrow at dawn. Any last words, cop killer?" He didn't wait for my answer. "I'm raising your daughter to be ashamed of your name." A pause, then, soft, breaking, my daughter's voice. "Daddy, I love you." It hit me like an old wound reopening. But before I could speak, my ex-wife snapped, "Enough, hang up." They thought they knew who I was. They thought this was my ending. They had no idea. The truth began 2 years ago, back when I was still a detective and still stupid enough to believe loyalty was a given. The first crack appeared on a rainy Thursday. I came home early. Case fell apart, suspect slipped through. The house was quiet, too quiet. No cartoons on the TV, no hum from the dishwasher. Just her voice, low, careful, in the kitchen. "I can't keep doing this if he keeps coming home early." The line went dead when I stepped in. She smiled at me, a smile that didn't reach her eyes, and asked about dinner. I told myself it was nothing. Cops see patterns everywhere, we're trained to. I forced myself to see coincidence instead. Until the next pattern appeared. Campaign posters. His face, our tough-on-crime district attorney, smiling from every street corner. My wife's phone lighting up with his name late at night. I told myself it was political work, that her late nights were about charity events, not hotel rooms. Lies are easiest to swallow when you feed them to yourself. The day I decided to check, it wasn't rage that moved me, it was curiosity. I started with her phone records. A subpoena was easy to fake, I still had friends in the department. The numbers lined up like a confession. His calls, her calls, same hours, same gaps. I drove by the Marriott off Route 19 one night. His car was in the lot. Hers was parked 2 rows over. I sat there, engine running, headlights off, and watched their shadows meet behind drawn curtains. I didn't confront her, not yet. I wanted more than suspicion. I wanted something that couldn't be spun or explained away. DNA. It wasn't my proudest moment. Slipping a hairbrush from my daughter's room, sending it with my own sample to a lab under a fake case number. Waiting 2 weeks with the calm of a man holding a loaded gun under the table. The warden says I killed a cop. He's wrong. I killed something, yes, just not in the way they wrote it down. The envelope came on a Monday. I opened it in the locker room, away from eyes and questions. Paternity probability 0.0%. I read it twice, 3 times. No anger, no shaking hands. Just a quiet shift inside me, like a gear finally locking into place. That night, I left the report on the kitchen counter. No note, no explanation. She found it after dinner. Her breath caught halfway through reading. She looked at me, lips parting like she was about to apologize. I didn't give her the chance. I poured myself a drink, sat in the living room, turned on the news. Her voice trembled. "It's not what you think." I almost laughed. It was exactly what I thought. I didn't yell, I didn't throw anything. I just asked her to call him. Put it on speaker. When he answered, I said one sentence. "She knows I know." Silence. Then his voice, tight, calculating. "This changes nothing." I smiled. "It changes everything." The next day, I leaked an untraceable package to a journalist. Photos, phone logs, the DNA report. But the jewel was the internal memo I'd lifted from the DA's office, proof he'd buried a case to protect a donor. The story hit front pages within a week. His campaign collapsed. His name became a curse in political circles. My wife, ex-wife now, became the woman who ruined the governor's career. And me? I was arrested within months, framed for a shooting I didn't commit. His final move. His last play. Except it wasn't the last. Now, on death row, he thinks the board is set, the clock run out. He thinks my daughter's tears are my undoing. He thinks I'll die shamed, forgotten. What he doesn't know is that 3 days ago, I mailed a letter to a federal investigator. Inside, everything I'd kept back. A second cache of evidence. Bank transfers, witness statements, the recorded call where he admitted to falsifying testimony in my trial. The press will have it by the time my heart stops. By tomorrow night, his name will be dragged through fire one last time. The warden calls time on the call. I place the phone down gently. No goodbye, no last words. Walk back to my cell. The hum of the lights overhead, steady, unbroken. They took everything from me. I took everything back. And when the needle goes in, I'll be smiling. Because somewhere outside these walls, he's already dead.